Well, everyone, iOS 17 has just officially came out, so let's go and take a look at it on the iPhone 11 Pro and see if it's worth installing. Now, this update is a pretty big update, so keep that in mind. It's not a small one by any means in terms of size. It did bring some really cool features. So for one, we did actually get some newer improvements within the phone call application. So we essentially now have the ability of going through and adding some pretty cool, splash screen contact photos within our within our phone application. So that's a pretty cool thing. Voicemail also got a pretty big update because now people can actually leave us live voicemails, which is honestly very, very cool. So if somebody's leaving us a voicemail, we can see it in real time, and we can even pick up the call as they call us, and we'll basically be able to see it that way too, which is really cool. FaceTime got some pretty cool improvements. So now if somebody's going through and calling us, or we call them and they don't pick up the call, we can leave video messages within FaceTime, which is a really cool thing. And once again, that in and of itself is a really awesome thing that Apple did within iOS 17. Now, iMessage got lots and lots of improvements. So for one, we now have a little bit of a newer looking UI. So Apple kind of cleaned some things out towards the bottom. There's no more like icons that are coming up at the bottom here. They're basically all brushed off to the side with this plus button right here, which is pretty cool. I think it's a nice thing, but again, I don't know if people are obsessed with it. Hashtag images is still kind of corny, but other than that, I mean, that's a pretty cool thing. Stickers are now built inside of the keyboard too. So now you can actually access stickers within the keyboard, which I think is a really, really cool thing. Apps are hidden, like I mentioned. Check-in is a new feature that basically allows you to go ahead and actually check in if you're driving or whatever. Audio messages are transcribed, and you can actually go ahead and hold down on the play button to actually change the playback speed of those audio messages. On top of that, AirDrop got some pretty big updates. So now you can actually leave range within somebody that you're airdropping, and the files will still continue to send. And you can even use name drop to actually go through and exchange contact information between two people. The keyboard got a little bit of an improvement as well. So autocorrect is a little bit better. There's inline sentence finishes, I think, for the iPhone 12 and above, so this one may not get it. And those are some really cool things. The journal application got a little bit of a newer application. So before, I think people would just journal inside of their notes app and then lock the note. But now the journal app will basically allow you to basically just use a journal and draw things out and stuff. That's coming out later this fall. And standby mode is a really cool feature that basically turns your iPhone into somewhat of like an alarm clock kind of thing. So that is a new feature that our iPhones are basically bringing as well. So overall, iOS 17 is looking to be a pretty big update. I probably would not recommend installing it day one, but throughout time, it's probably going to get better and better. And, maybe a little bit later, I'd recommend installing it, but as of right now, that's kind of how this update holds up. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that means so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video.